Hmm. Welcome to Whispers. Hey, what does your neighborhood do? Fulani. Fulani herders demand 475 billion naira as compensation for property loss in Shasha crisis. Really? An association of the Fulani herders has said it is demanding 495 billion in compensation for the property they lost to the Shasha market crisis in Ibadan, Oyo State, and the recent N4.75billion protests in the country. The herders said they had video and photo evidence of all those who were killed, as well as their property which were destroyed, and had forwarded same to the presidency. The association stated this on Monday at a press conference, while arguing that the herdsmen had a right to live and to do their business in in any part of the country as guaranteed by the Nigerian Constitution. In the video of the conference, the spokesman of the association said 151 people lost their lives at the Shasha incident, and then during the N4.75billion protest, we also lost not less than 100 people. Yes, we have requested for 475 billion for the loss of lives and property destroyed. We also lost more than 100 trucks. We have the states and villages, pictures and videos. We have the property that were even damaged. We are not saying what we are saying in vain because we have all the pictures. We have detailed pictures of people who have been killed. This has been sent to all quarters, the Presidency, the National Assembly, the Inspector General of Police, the Office of the National Security Advisor, and all. We have sent them to the United States Embassy, the United Nations, the Germany Embassy, and the British Parliament. There is no response from any of them. Oh my word! Oh. There is no response from all the quarters we have made contact with. Really? Before I call? I think they will. I beg you. If by February 24th nothing has been done, action will commence. Now today action has been commencing. I beg you. The herdsmen have a right to live and do business in any part of the country. That is what the Constitution says. Yes, the Constitution says the herdsmen have a right to live and do business in any part of the country, subject to them being law-abiding. The Constitution didn't say they can kidnap, they can rape, they can kill. So, excuse me? The Shasha crisis between the Yoruba and the Hausa Fulani. So it's now Hausa Fulani at the market engulfed Oyo State in the second week of February, forcing the state government on February 13 to order the immediate closure of the market in the Akinyele local government area of Ibadan. Several persons were reported killed as Hausa and Yoruba people clashed at Shasha. 3 days later, the Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde and some northern governors visited the market to assess the destruction at the scene of the clash between Yoruba and Hausa communities. The governors of Kebbi, Abubakar Atiku Bagudu, Kano State Governor Abdullahi Ganduje, Zamfara State Governor Bello Matawalle, and Niger State Governor Abubakar Sani Makinde, who had expressed shock at the level of destruction during a recent visit to the market, said those who suffered loss would be compensated. With 2,000, he has compensated them. Governor Bagridim, who lamented the sad incident between the two groups, had, however, promised that the northern governors would give necessary support to Makinde in restoring normalcy and redeeming the lost property. And they have now 2,000 given to them, 2,000 naira. Makinde directed that the market should be reopened, saying continued closure would impact negatively on the finance of the people affected by it. Yeah. Wow. The way it is now, everybody needs to request for 475 billion. The President Buhari and the Fulani will make bitter account before God on the judgment day. Politics of looting Nigeria's national treasury. Now, well, before they report before God, let us do ìdájọ́ war. Before God, ìyẹn máa pẹ́ ìdájọ́ war, ìdájọ́ war, ó máa dà. How tenants become more powerful than the landlords is still something that no one has been able to understand. Not just becoming more powerful, but they have succeeded in turning some landlords into slaves in their own lands. Nonsense. And how much has been charged, paid to the wanton loss of lives by the hardest terrorists against other people? The borrower-in-chief in Aso Rock should just write to China and settle them so that the country can divide faster than we expect. Under Buhari's regime, terrorist groups organized press conferences in front of the government houses under the supervision of security agents and northern governors. I knew they've been trying to bring in the Hausa people into their personal problems all this while. Don't be surprised, Buhari could auction national assets to pay them up. Let's see if he won't push for this. Let them cuckoo demand the entire pockets of Nigeria. I even wonder what they use those money for aside from buying AK-47 and cows. You people should just let Nigerians. And how much are they going to pay to all the ransom they collected from the families of the people they kidnapped, their host communities that they destroyed, the farmlands, severely attacked, raped, and murdered in cold blood? This is the result of too much amala and eating crumbs under the table of Fulani. And also, when a governor does not give his own office respect to first ask for his opinion, rather jumping to Serikyo Famusa in Yoruba nation, the result will be to toss the government and its citizens like the cow they rear. My only advice to the one nation must rise up to the situations. Bunch of drug addicts. Is Oyo State worth 200 billion naira? Talkless a street corner called Shasha, foolish with foolish leaders. This is what you get when southern leaders failed to draw the line when these terrorists were getting involved. How much has the government paid out to the murder, rapes, and destruction of farmland? We, the Nigerian Farmers Association of Oyo Ondo chapter, hereby demand a sum of $100 trillion for the damage to our farmland by Fulani herdsmen. Oh my God. Seriously? Kuku carry African give them. They won't leave the bush, yet they need this much money. For what exactly? Now you can see that the ones wielding weapons behind cattle are mere foot soldiers. The real herdsmen are walking behind us. And of course, hmm, they are jokers. How much do they compensate the victims of killer herdsmen? By the way, were they the only ones who suffered loss in the clash? I have been laughing for almost 5 times after reading the post. I never knew violence and terrorism is a new way of cashing out with big money back from the federal government until it is this late to me now. Haha. This business will end one day, I'm very sure. Mm. 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 See what these people have turned even our own land to. How much compensation are they giving to our people here and the victims of their careless actions? Hmm. Hmm. A governor has no force. A governor that has no force is being asked to pay compensation while the federal government controls all the apparatus of force looked on. How much compensation are they paid for all the destruction of lives and property all over the country? It is a blackmail strategy to do their bidding. Form a bond with your people and call the bluff. Yeah? Hmm. Why Fulani herders? It means it is the Fulani herders and not the affected Hausa. The Fulani herders can see an opportunity and grab it. We need to check who the governor is communicating with. Maybe it's marketing. Shubola. Bandits collect 800 million. Now, senior one is requesting for 475 billion. Naija, I hello. Hmm. Hmm. Then Oyo people who lost their properties should demand 800 billion as compensation as well. Let's FD compensate them. Very simple. Hmm. Oh my word. Yes, they should be compensated. All the burden should be on Oyo State Treasury because of the government failed to take necessary action to protect our lives and properties. Minister for Bandits and Ransom Payments Gumi. Oh my word. Yeah, well. That's so we see more. You know those 500 million people and 500 billion will not be enough. Take the entire country as compensation. Fool. I hope you also know the number of farmers that were killed all these years. Now, well, everybody wants to cash in now. Why not? If not, why not? If not, so till I come your way again. Bye.